You start a physics problem with variables instead of numbers, and everything looks abstract. You look at the symbols, and it feels like you are doing algebra in the air, not solving something real. And halfway through, you're not even sure what you are solving for anymore. That moment, right there, is the real problem. Not the math, but getting lost in variables. I'm the Physics Sensei, PhD in physics, black belt in karate, and 30 years teaching how to solve physics problems to college students just like you. And what I see over and over is students treating variables like letters on a page instead of physical quantities that represent something real. When variables lose meaning, the problem turns into symbol juggling. You can move things around correctly and still be wrong because you're no longer connected to what the symbol stands for. That doesn't happen because you are bad at algebra. It happens because the connection between symbols and reality was never protected. Think about driving. If you forget what the symbol means, the road becomes confusing even if you are moving smoothly. A sign only helps if you instantly connect to the meaning, and then you merge, you yield, you stop, because without that meaning, you're just looking at shapes and colors. In karate, for example, each position has a purpose. If you copy the shape without understanding what it does, the technique feels empty and unstable. Beginners don't fail because they lack the effort. They fail because they skip the meaning, their foundation. Variables work the same way. The shape of the algebra is not the point. The meaning behind it is. Physics problems follow the same pattern. Variables only work when each one stays tied to a physical idea. And if this tie breaks, the whole solution starts to drift. So here's how to work with variables without getting lost. First, before you manipulate anything, write what every variable represents in plain words and include the units if you already know it, because that forces your brain to treat the symbol like a real quantity. Second, keep the target variable visible at all times. Circle it or rewrite it at the top of the page. Because if you lose the target, the algebra starts moving in random directions. Third, every time you do a big algebra move, pause and ask one simple question. Does this step still match the physical situation I started with? Because algebra can be correct while the physics, it's wrong. Only after these should algebra feel safe. That's why strong problem solvers look steady. They never let symbols drift away from meaning, and they never let the target disappear. When you do these, variable-based problems stop feeling abstract and start feeling controlled. This is exactly how we train problem solving inside the dojo. So the next time variables feel overwhelming, don't rush. Reconnect each symbol to what it represents, and the problem will start to behave. Train the basics, build your foundation, and let consistency become your advantage. And if you need more help, the dojo is ready when you are. I'll see you there.